Hello, how are you? Oh, good. Oh, yes, I'm very well. Thank you for asking. My name's Robert Lane. I'm a musician, songwriter and guitar tutor based in the UK. And in this video today, we're going to talk about bar chords, what they are and how you can get playing them. Before we do that though, can I ask you please to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, comment, all of that stuff, because it helps other people to find the videos, and then hopefully we can start to build the community a bit and get more people enjoying the videos and finding them useful. Thank you very much. So it's a question that I get asked a lot. What is a bar chord? And then the follow-up question, how do I play them? Well, this is a bar chord. Now I'm hearing there an F chord, but I would describe that bar chord as an E-shape bar chord. So first of all, let's talk about that, the E-shape bar chord. If you were to play an open position E chord, like this, that's where I want you to start. Do that, play an open position E chord, but then get your first finger off, so it's spare, and then swap your fingers around. So you've now got your second finger on fret 1 of the G string, your little finger on fret 2 of the D string, and your third finger on fret 2 of the A string. So you're still hearing that open position E, but using those three fingers. Got your first finger spare. If you move that along one fret, things start to sound a bit flamenco-y. But now if you were to bar, which means put your first finger across all 6 strings at fret 1, we would have this. That is an E-shaped bar chord, because this bit is like an E chord. What I'm hearing here is an F chord. Now the reason for that is because this note here is what we call the root note. That's an F, so the chord is named after that. I've got a video explaining how the notes work along the neck of the guitar. If you don't understand what I'm talking about here, you might find that useful. I'll put a link in the description. But basically every fret along that string is a semitone higher. So the open string is an E, fret 1 is an F. So if I make E-shaped chord from there, I get an F chord. If I move it along one semitone, I'll get F sharp. One more I'd get G, and then G sharp, and then A, and then so on. Okay? So that's why bar chords are so useful. It means you can now play any major chord. As long as you know where to find it on the neck, you can play it. So if you come across a chord that you can't play as an open chord, you can just use that bar chord to do it. So bar chords are really quite tricky to learn, but once you've got them, they really open things up, because it means that you can play any chord. Similarly, this is an E major chord. If I take that finger off, that's an E minor chord. I can do the same thing with a bar chord. Here's that F again. If I take that second finger off, I've got an F minor chord. Think of it like having a capo. If I put a capo on fret 1 and then played my E chord, I'd be hearing an F. If I put it at fret 3, play the E chord, I'd be hearing a G chord. It's the same principle, but instead of using the capo, you're using your finger. So your first finger becomes like a capo that you can move around basically, or a minor. That's the principle, but they're quite tricky to play because that first finger is doing quite a lot of work. It's got to, on the major shape, it's got to be looking after that string, the E string, the B string and the high E string. So it's covering 3 strings. On the minor, it's covering 4 strings because it's got the G string as well. Now when you're learning these, they're probably going to sound a bit rough to begin with. You get something like this. This kind of thing. The only advice I can really give you without being in person with you is a couple of things. Put your thumb at the back and squeeze your finger and thumb together. That's the best way to, don't just rely on your first finger, put your finger and thumb, squeeze them together. If you're having problems, experiment with where your wrist is, because sometimes that's what is causing problems for people. Okay, so that's the principle of bar chords using the E shape. There are other shapes that you can use as well. We're just focusing at the moment on the E shape. But you can now play any major or minor chord that you're going to come across. You just need to know where to put it. And you do that by knowing the notes along the E string, which I explained in a previous video. Okay, hope that was helpful. Please leave me a comment, let me know how you get on with those, and if there's anything else you'd like me to cover in future videos. As I mentioned, please subscribe. You can find me and my music at robertlanemusic.co.uk and on social media as @robertlanemusic. Until next time, thank you, goodbye.